for a treat.
So it's going to be good. And you guys also do belong here, so you will get to Yeah. He's good. Can you hear me in the back? Good? Awesome. How you guys doing? You staying hydrated?
Who's hungover?
I'm not.
Are you still drunk?
There you go. It's functioning. It's all about functioning. Attitude.
Did you guys have fun?
That's what I get you talking.
How was the after party for you guys last night? Did you got to see a lot of people? Did you
Yeah, it was
guys
good. It
have
was
fun?
so good to see everyone dance. It was a good time. It was good to talk to people as well. So we had a great night.
Good.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah,
Did you guys have fun at the after party? Who went? Yeah. Got that dancing action going on. It's a little awkward at the beginning of the night, but then everybody started getting on the floor. I was like, woo! It's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, ripping lights out of the ceiling too.
Yes. Yeah, they fixed it, I guess. That's good. Before we get in trouble with the host here. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, blue crabs will be all, they'll be up in arms.
Yeah, red crabs would be like real angry. I don't know.
Say no to crabs.
Speaking of which, what do you guys think of Maryland? do you like Maryland so far? Is it like it's just really hot, or is it just?
Have you had a crab cake since you've been here?
Oh yeah.
A little crab, like a meatball crab thing. It's crab cake. We had that for lunch yesterday.
I think that's crab cake.
Yes, is that a
It's called a crab ball.
signage? Okay.
They call it a crab ball.
Yeah, I get a little deep fried meatball.
Crab ball crab.
So it's a signature dish here.
Here we go.
Segregation.
Welcome back to the panel, guys.
Oh, that was loud. Sorry, I was just sitting in my life.
Alright.
Nailed it. Awesome.
More of that.
You can not do that.
Alright, first question.
This is the bull stuff that we have to put up with.
Don't swear, there's children.
They'll grow up though.
Children.
That was my heart beating the first time I saw it.
Oh, good answer. 10 points. Alright, thanks for coming.
Well, welcome guys to the War of the Damned panel. This is one of the last panels we're doing for Spartacon. We got another awesome one coming back up. I know.
Look, we're sorry too that Mono can't be here today. You guys get the best cast show, do you know what I mean? And we all get a chance to talk, which is great. That guy loves an American rap sheet. I mean, he loves it. No, Dan's not coming in. He just waffles on with shit. Okay, everyone. Come on, let's go. Questions.
Oh yeah, let's do some questions. If you guys have a question, it'd be great if you could come to the mic.
I want to re-ask a question I asked yesterday.
Well, there's no point in that. Next question.
Never got answered. I would just like Todd and Dustin to talk a little bit about their final scene.
Ah, Jesus.
And then
It was more sexual than really like a violent thing, if you ask me.
it's totally sexual.
He was asking the whole season, can I have a fight with Todd? Can we at least do, or can we do like a Sibel thing and I and him and where I dress up and stuff? So we ended up just doing the fight. Actually, in all honesty, that was one of my favourite fights, to be perfectly honest with you. I'll be serious for a second. That was one of I told them yesterday as well that the fight was originally like, each sword hit is a beat. It was originally like, what, 60 or 70 beats? I can't remember. Yeah, it was a lot, man. I'll never forget it. And they ended up cutting it down to like 30, 35 beats because of the time.
To know what he how he felt.
Yeah, well, tell us how you feel, bro.
Oh, look, I was a bit worried first off if Todd was going to have the coordination to get through the 75 kicks. But we've all seen him hit a softball, and he can hit it pretty well.
It's a baseball, bro.
He did well. He did well.
Is that it?
It was good. It was. What do you want me to say? It was good. We talked all the fucking time. It was great. It was great. It was a great fight. And Todd had to come in late and learn the two swords, and he did a really good job. Lucky they got someone who was coordinated, and not a buffoon.
No, seriously, that's the credit to these boys. Like, the two swords is another level. Like, these guys make that shit look easy. Honestly, seeing them dual wield, you're like, oh, that seems alright. And then once you have to do it yourself, it's a whole other level of coordination. Yeah, sure.
It's kind of like this, you and Dustin were like each one's right-hand man's kind of, you know.
Yeah,
At the end,
basically.
you were
Sometimes he liked it left hand backwards. He's not fussy.
You know, it's kind of a,
Except I was just a bit more skilled. But yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah.
The Furigal?
No, than Dustin Clare over there.
Oh, I know. That's
Dan had a shield. Come on.
Yeah, he needed it.
That's all.
All right, next question. Ray.
Excellent. Let's get someone from the back because
Yeah, no, it's on again. Look at that.
Come up the front. Yeah, ask the question.
there you go.
I'll come back there. Oh my.
So it's for Dustin. How was your training experience, and what did you like the most about playing the character again?
Well, Tyrone's here. You've seen him. He's a beast. He just thinks everyone should be beastly like him. So he made us work hard, and yeah, it was great. We all worked hard, and we enjoyed it. And what was the second part of the question?
How was your character, mate? Enjoy doing that?
Just a good bloke, really.
Yeah.
What I like most about it, at the end of the series, I got to keep the wooden rooters because Gannicus earned his freedom and I earned mine. He was a fun character.
Did Gannicus get paid as well as Scott?
Yeah.
That's a question I have to ask then. Don't worry about it. I'll just
Oh,
Check.
you good?
I thought we had Scott on.
hit and miss. This is alright. I'll just sort of hold it a certain way. We're good. Yeah, you know, just give it a bit of a twist.
Yeah, bro.
You know what I'm talking about. One bedroom.
Next question.
Give him a shake plate.
Do we have any in the back that I did not get to yesterday? Yes.
He's got questions.
He got you.
You have a question? They want our best American accent, so if you got like a Sam Worthington cooked up somewhere.
Yeah.
I need Dan.
A little Russ.
Yeah, we need Dan. You got to ask Dan. Actually, Dan Furigal's.
Yeah.
Price.
Has he got a panel today?
I don't know. I have no idea why he's not
So
here.
you get to hear the best American.
You got it right here. Let's do it. I'm just gonna change it up. Right? They won't even know. They won't even know. They'll be like, wow, that's weird. Weird just doing that. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? We're in the wrong panel. I'm going. It's sick. I'm the wrong panel.
Yeah, look, all those people who have the Crixus passes, all the people who have the Crixus passes today, we're really sorry to let you down. And I know you have to jump onto people like Liam and me and Todd and Christian's panels. So look, we hope we can, you know, do some kind of justice to.
We definitely.
We hope we're as amazing as
Can you
Manu.
do your best, Manu?
I swear to God, that cunt looked at me the wrong way. I know he's a police officer, but I'm gonna fucking smash him. Do we have the other mics? Okay, next question. Did we answer that?
No.
What is the question?
You do an American accent or what?
Yeah, where's your American accent?
Just a show.
Tries, mate. Tries.
Yeah.
What's the question?
My question is, I was extremely happy when I saw Asher die. How do you feel about that?
Extremely happy.
Fucking rude.
We're like, just killed Nick Clare already. No. He was great. He was a real trooper. I just reject. It's alright.
Hey.
Good. No, I mean, it was, I don't know how Nick felt about it. He's probably like, oh, it's a couple more episodes, be good. That was cool though. Like, it was nice seeing the character arcs of those characters, but you know, I think we were pretty happy with it. I don't know what else to offer with that. I mean, I didn't like seeing Nick not being on the show anymore, but his death was pretty cool. Also, I haven't seen the show and Nick's character dies, so there you go.
His head home very far.
Yeah, well, no, they actually cut his head off.
They cut his head off. That's why.
New Zealand has a different set of safety laws. My mother actually asked me at like halfway through, she's like, so do you actually kill those people? No, for real, and she was not messing around. She was like kind of like, no one else in the room. Do you kill those people? Mum, I obviously don't mass murder people for my job. My mum, yeah, like seriously was like, you're killing these people. I know you are. Don't lie to me, son. I would tell you if I decided to decapitate a bunch of people. I'd let you know.
Next question. Right here? I'm right up.
Stephen Bell, what's your question?
The first person to tell me I look like Steve Bell. I don't see it. So you guys all seem to be really close to each other. Seem to be really lighthearted and fun.
Physically.
One better.
And all the scenes that you guys have to like act all like pissed off and like have to be intense. Like, you guys like listen to any music, reading literature ahead of time? Did you do anything at all to make yourselves get into the film a little bit better?
I'll tell you what. There was one fight scene that we had in episode 8, and it was the biggest. It was a big war. 8 or 9.
You mean the one at the arena or the one that?
Or 10. Maybe. Anyway, it was a massive war. I think it was towards the end, and we had a director, TJ Scott, who's incredible. 8. And we're in this warehouse, which is an old airplane hangar, fitted out into whatever it was, and he played through the huge speakers of The Dark Knight. That does some shit to you when you're not on set.
I'll tell you what doesn't do some stuff to
We're fighting 300 people on set to The Dark Knight.
Yeah, that sounds pretty dope. You know what isn't so fun? Having a sex scene and hearing "Cream, get on top." Shaboogie bop. Thanks, TJ Scott. Now I feel real sexy. This was like, with me and the lighter scene where I was like, wait, are we doing that? Are we playing that song? Is that song happening? All through it? He's like, yeah, man, it's gonna be low. He goes, yeah, it's great, just go. I'm like, I don't know if you think this is making me get excited, but with this team of 30 people on the camera, it's not really doing it for me. I appreciate the effort though. But yeah, I can totally. I'll take it.
You take it. I use music actually for all of my work. Funnily enough, that you brought that up. So I use a lot of scores from previous films or composers. Whether it is for I've used The Dark Knight before. Funnily enough, as well, Gotham's Reckoning. It's like one of the tracks on there, which
classic
is huge. The last 45 seconds is the most hectic drum beat you've ever heard. So I use that for battle scenes, and then if it's like more of an emotional scene, I've got a lot of scores that I use for emotional scenes as well. Music just triggers a lot for me. I know people do getting headspace or read stuff?
I got my playlist for Flash. I got my playlist for Spartacus on here, I think.
Oh yeah. The end, literally.
If you're gonna cry, get to the end of Khazad Dûm in Lord of the Rings, and there's that like this really high note. You know what I'm talking about? And it's just like, everything hurts.
Action.
Very effective.
But yeah, music's the key for me. That's the number one. Yeah, so I use that for that. And what?
Oh, music as well, but because our trainers were with us all the time, they literally have, underneath the camera, they'd have like a bunch of dumbbells just waiting. So they're, and everyone's just pumping out these weights, drop them in action. That was also...
Did you get that?
What?
I'd never go. It was always like, dude, you should do some push-ups before this. I'm like, thanks.
Yeah, everyone was just dumbbelling and push-ups and...
But I do it.
Not everyone, but...
Like, no, Todd doesn't need to, but like, you know, like,
in action.
No, but I would be like, okay, you ready to roll? Cool, yeah, boom, boom, 30. Okay. Whew, that was tough. Oh, there's a camera problem. Give us a second. Like, good, yeah, just take a minute. Yep, good, I'll just... You ready again? Okay, I'll do another push. Yeah. Oh, no, wait, hang on. No, mine is running around the back of the set. Okay, I'll just... Okay, cool, 30. Oh, I can't do this anymore. You know what, screw it, don't worry about it. I would end up doing like 100 push-ups and no one would shoot anything. It would just be like...
But you were massive.
Because it was massive, obviously, just to do it fun.
Massive. You're still massive.
Thanks, bro.
I love you, bro.
Thanks, I love you too. You want to get that single bedroom again?
Alright, next question. Who we got? Over here, yes.
You have to pick another character from the show to play. Who will you pick?
Oh, Gannicus. Or Sibel, and then I get to do the scenes.
That's amazing.
If you didn't hear in the back, he asked if you could play another character, who would you pick?
Is it Gannicus or Sibel? Because then he could bang this guy. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah.
I'd say Gannicus or Crassus. I'd give a shot at playing Crassus. That'd be badass.
Yeah, Gannicus Hamill. You and your best character in the show, jerk.
What about you, Dustin? Would you play Gannicus?
I tell you what I wouldn't play. I would not play Gannicus's underwear after a 15-hour day. People had to, like, it's people's job to wash that shit. They should seriously, they should have just thrown that shit straight out. Straight in the fire.
Oh, that underwear was a mess. Did you have to wear the... Yeah. You guys didn't get that? You guys didn't get that, did you?
Nah.
Oh, that's really annoying. Yeah, when you get, the minute you get used to that, you know there's a problem. It's weird. Next question. You can sort it.
All right, I got a. Ooh, my lip. Unfortunately, you don't get to be in this question. You work in the show, unless you were a nurse somewhere, maybe. Anzac Day. What was your favorite scene from Anzac Day? What was the best scene for you guys?
Oh, yeah.
Anzac Girls. Remember that show? So as you would have all seen, Anzac Girls. Big hit on NBC. No, you go on. Fill them in.
Oh, man.
Talk about it. Tell them in.
This is basically a drama, like a short mini-series that we all, actually Dusty, who played Gannicus, Christian and I were in Australia, and it's based on the nurses that were in World War I. ANZAC is the Australian New Zealand Armed Service, Army Corps. And it's basically focusing on the female nurses that were deployed in World War I for our country. So I played the husband of one of the lead nurses, and it's based on a true story. All the true stories are all based on the journals of the nurses. So I think my favourite scene would be probably two. There was one where I'm in the hospital and I wake up for the first time with Elsie. I get shot in the head in the series, which happened, and he survives. And his wife chooses to nurse him back to full health. So the brain injury is quite severe, and she nurses him, and they believe that through like their connection and the power of her attention, that he came back to full health, because the recovery rate of that particular brain injury was like almost zero. So there was a scene where I wake up for the first time, and I recognise her for the first time, and we've just been married and I've been basically unconscious for really 6 months. So there was that scene, and then there was another scene which no one knows about really. There's a scene where I return home from the front line for the first time, and I see my wife as well. But I put a request in for the producers to ask if my best friend Richie, who I've known since 4 years old, could come on set, because he served as in infantry in the Iraq War, and he came home, luckily, obviously. So I asked if he could come on set and play one of the soldiers, and actually we return home from the front together, and he's my brother that stands next to me as we return home from the front. And when I see my wife, I hand my rifle off to him and run to my wife, and he was my best mate returning from the front in the show, and they let him be in it, and they put him in the full uniform, and we filmed that scene together. Yeah, so that was awesome. So they're probably my favourite.
Those moments, yeah, definitely. I would agree with you, 100%.
You had a kitten.
I got to play with a little kid, and I was a little New York.
Let's see where you realise your legs. That's epic.
They did some major prosthetics. It was a cool scene. I got to play with a little kid. I was just a New York, little Italian kid from New York, who had his legs blown off, stepped on a landmine. True story as well. So that was great. But yeah, watching you guys go through that was incredible.
Yeah, it was a pretty kind of rare project, because you got to see the war from the female perspective, which you don't often see. So all the women, were leading the show, which is nice for a change. And I played a real life character. I was able to be in contact with his family and at different points in time. This material sort of, and another show was sort of based on a very famous book by Les Carline called Gallipoli, which is probably the penultimate documentation of the World War I of Australia's involvement at Gallipoli. And it's kind of where the Australian spirit was made. In a way, it was our biggest defeat, and our biggest defeat is also our greatest honour. We place a lot of onus on that moment in Australia's history. And although it was this Australian Defence Force's greatest defeat, it was also we see it as also our greatest moment. So a lot of Australian traditions sort of come from that war, and it is quite romanticised, but it was just nice to be able to tell a story in your lifetime where, you're telling a story about, that kind of spirit, where the Australian spirit, camaraderie-ship, and really mateship was built there in those trenches of Gallipoli. And also, you read constantly stories about guys who were, whose job was to run through those trenches and pick up the grenades that were being thrown in and to throw them back. We're throwing baseballs out there, and they were throwing live grenades back. And you read stories of guys who would pick up a grenade and go off in their hand, and they'd lose an arm, and they'd stay there, and they'd keep throwing the bombs back until they lost their other arm, because that is the kind of mateship, I guess, that was built in those trenches, that care for each other, and that Australian kind of masculine spirit was sort of forged in those trenches. And you don't often get to do stories about where you come from very often, and it was nice to do something that told a story about the feminine perspective of that war.
Quest. Yeah, that doesn't work very well, does it? One of the things I loved about you, Miss Gannicus, was your laugh.
Yes.
Did you do your laugh?
Is that close? Sounds about right.
That's how I remember it. Whack a DVD in.
That's correct. That's Todd's love.
Excellent.
Well, after that satisfying answer, we'll go.
Yes. Go back first, then I'll go. What's your question? throw it out here.
So, stuff like Gannicus's booth.
Gannicus booth?
Yeah, told me he's my favorite actor on the show.
Alright, whatever.
Make sure I told Todd that.
Yeah. What about this?
I give you a note to pass.
No fucking lunch, bro! Present for you. Because of that!
I was just wondering, you were...
You can't have that back there, sorry, bro.
Yeah.
God,
Yeah, look.
nothing.
Nah, look. He was lucky to get a gig on the show. We all carried him. We all fucking carried him, and then he was lucky.
Look at this. Look how hard he's trying here. Giving every little piece. His eyes are rolling back in his head.
Yeah.
Fucking orgasm.
Yeah, it's probably take 20 after he's dropped the sword 20 times as well.
Poor Jakey watches acting.
Oh, that's the best part of it.
Watching you act. He's like,
I'm pitching that. That guy there was my stunt double for most of the show. And it's one of the rudest faces you'll ever see.
You want it back? I'll take it. So you have to pay him like, what is it? 20, what's it, $5?
I think times are a fiver, so you can take as many as you want.
I thought it was 20 for Todd and 50 for...
Holy shit.
Should be free.
You can't give them away at Todd's table, I know.
Got another question.
Alright. Between you four, Gannicus, Spartacus, we all want to know who's winning.
Also those guys.
Well, in a fight.
Well, obviously.
Oh, he's in the room. It's a bit unfair.
Would I not win? I just go around and stab everyone in the fucking back.
Yeah. Tiberius wins.
Yeah, Tiberius would win, for sure. You wouldn't know about it, but he'd win.
I'll stab you in the back, otherwise I've got a couple of other options up my sleeve. I deserved to die, didn't I?
I had this dream, I had this image in my head. I pitched it, they didn't take it, and when it's Crassus and Spartacus standing on top of the hill watching the armies getting ready to fight, I think I had this idea when I did the test back in the day that I was like just chatting like regular, like yeah, cool, it's gonna be a big fight tomorrow. Yeah, call on the strike, boom, Alpha 1, and then just airstrike the whole thing. I'm like, how you going, mate? I think you lost. It's just like, boom, just sorry, I came from the future. They said no, funnily enough. But I had a guy who was like, the effects on it wouldn't be hard, just a few explosions and just let me do it. No, didn't have it.
Next question.
No more questions?
Yeah, it's okay. Don't worry about it. No, it's alright. You don't have to ask questions. Oh, it's heaps.
Okay, we got 3 back there.
You can't just yell it out, but it's okay, I'm here.
No, it's okay, it's fine. I got to be loud enough. I remember some of the background footage and everything. You were super stoked about your Xbox. What game were you playing?
I was playing. I played. What is that? Alan Wake. Played a bit of Alan Wake. Dates it, doesn't it? Played a little Marvel versus Capcom Street Fighter.
Okay.
You filming this just for evidence?
Yes.
I was playing some Gears of War. Gears of War 1, 2, 3.
He's on commission. Yes, there was another one. Go back there, go do something.
Beer? You have a question about beer?
Both.
Never had it.
My question? Okay, yeah, let's play rough.
No, I'm trying to ask a question.
Okay, yeah. My question is for you, Gannicus, and Tiberius.
Not you, Todd.
Cool seeing you.
I already answered it. What was your favorite episode out of all of them that you filmed?
Which episode do you like the most?
Yeah, out of the whole series.
Everything.
That you were in.
That we were in. That's season 1 stuff, friend.
The finale of the last season was my favorite episode to watch because it was climactic. It was just incredible.
What's your favorite that you've done?
I don't know. The Ring of Fire fight was pretty good fight.
Yeah. I liked it. I really liked it, mate. There was a certain energy, especially that fight. Seeing everyone have their big moments, and then the Crixus thing at the end was, I thoroughly enjoyed that. But also, there's a scene that I'll never forget. Enemy at the Gate, I think, or was it the one after that? When it ends with the wall and the gate up in flames, and Todd's standing there behind it with a sword, and he says, "Now would be time to run."
There's no way that you could have flexed any more muscles in that scene. It was like physically impossible. Like 4 head muscles were clenched. You look so hot.
I actually got a photo like in time for you of me doing that.
Do you really? Cool. I've already got one in like a book. Can't open it though.
Next question.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, so Liam, follow-up gaming question. Since you're doing a voice in Gears of War 4, yeah.
Nice.
Is that Barry White? Sound like Barry White.
Yeah, I'm playing Barry White in the new Gears of War. It's gonna be great. I love it.
So I'm assuming that means you've gotten an Xbox One.
Yep.
What do you think?
Which, you talking about the Xbox One or Xbox One S?
Which one did you get?
I got the Xbox One, and I'm going to get the Xbox One S because I'm just like, I have all my money. No, Xbox One's great. Like, I've always been a PlayStation guy, and then it was like, oh, I got to jump on a Microsoft console. It's gonna be tough, but actually, like, cause they're the same. Like, the Xbox is better at certain things and worse at other things. Like, I prefer to use my Xbox for like just general stuff, like. If you want to use Netflix a lot and all that sort of stuff, it's got a much better interface and better for online and stuff like that. Sony's a little bit more powerful, but the Xbox One S is now more powerful than that. There's going to be it's like having cell phones now. It's going to be like, buy it next year, which is fine. But, got any strong opinions about, anyone else got some strong opinions about gaming?
When I was 12, I had a Sega Master System.
Yeah, baby! The Sonic?
No, I had Alex the Kid built in. Yeah, built in.
That's next level. Space Invaders, yeah. So the Magnavox, you had a Magnavox, no?
All of them.
Commodore 64, 126, 128. Yeah, I'm with you. Don't worry about it. Centipede, Zelda, play a lot of Zelda. Yeah, got a new Zelda coming out in the Wii U / whatever they call the new Nintendo. Anyone else needs to know some stuff about gaming? It's like E3 here. Look at this. You know, the best job in that whole voiceover thing was being able to go, rated M for mature. I think that was my job. Rated M for mature. It was great. Yeah, I had to do like a bunch of those. I was like, this is awesome. Anyway, next question. Hey.
Hello. This morning at the panel, Dan was talking about how he had the hardest time getting through a scene with you.
Was Dan talking or was he waffling?
It was the butt fucking thing.
That time.
And he said every time he would try to do the thing, that you would turn around and go, and make him laugh.
He didn't do no. He was much more subtle than that. He just went.
So, if you're the prankster, what's the worst prank that he's pulled on you guys?
Best thing I've ever seen in my life was Dustin didn't want to, because he's always like, oh, Gannicus, give him a flagon of wine and get him to come out drunk. And he's like, cool, can I do something else, please? And they're like, no, I have the flagon. So his first take on one scene, he took like 20 minutes. It was amazing. He came out of, because it was in the temple, and I was up looking like all Spartacus-y and like, oh, where are the Romans? You know, like checking stuff out, doing all my acting faces at once. Like a super close foreground. In the background comes Gannicus, and I'm meant to turn and go, Gannicus. And he's like, yeah, I'm coming up. And obviously better writing that. But he was like, you want drunk? I'll give you drunk. And he just took like 20 minutes of like, so Spartacus, I'm coming. Wait a minute. And it was the best thing I have ever seen. I was like, oh wow. Oh, there he goes. Oh, I'm gonna be here a while. He's proving a point, isn't he?
I think when I eventually did get there, I then rolled back down the stairs. Yes! They were like, fuck, cut. You did too. That was amazing.
Or like, there's another one where you found like a giant spear and you just used it as a wang. It was just the best. We had some times.
I think I had one, Ep 7. Sibel and Gannicus were spying on us from the top of a building. And I had to walk through the market. It was the only time I was on set, one of the only times I was on set with Dustin. And mid-take, I just kept getting these tiny little rocks at the back of my head. I didn't know what was going on. And Dustin was at the top of the thing throwing tiny rocks at me. And I was like, sometime it's got to stop. I don't know what's going to make it stop. Until he got one right in my eye. I'm sorry, mate, that was too far. I shouldn't have done that.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
He used to just, if I was in a scene with him and he was off camera, he'd just stick his sword up my ass and I'd be off camera, like,
stop.
Dude, keep acting. And then I think I told people yesterday when we were at the showdown in the final Ep 10, and it's like our boss ass crew and then the little rebels at the on the other side were up at the hill.
Oh, they must have cut that scene. I don't remember.
No, just all those little ones, the little guys up the end. And when it would be our take, he'd just be standing there grabbing his dick the whole time going off camera, and we're trying to be acting all boss. And
can I just say, Todd plays the victim very well. But Todd got as good as he gave.
I did. You weren't super helpful, I admit. You guys weren't particularly nice on the other end of it. I was like, oh, I gotta do some acting, guys, if you don't mind. It's okay, it's only the biggest scene I've ever had. It's okay. Go ahead. Go ahead, it's alright.
Next question, we got more. Yes, hi, yes.
What was the green bottle?
What?
No, you can do.
Yeah, you had a question. There's like rock, paper, scissors going on.
So,
I win.
I'm a newcomer to the show. I am, it's my cousin. He told me to watch the show.
Yep.
So I'm on episode 6 in season 1.
None of us are in it, mate. Take your questions.
It's weird because I spent more time with you guys in this room than actually watching you on screen.
Just skip ahead. Just skip ahead.
Summarize your character with one word. What word would it be?
Boss.
Well, Christian just suggested in my ear that mine would be gay. Isn't that fun?
The victim.
I'd say sensitive.
I don't get it.
Yeah, you don't.
I'll get it.
Imagine he has a massive dick.
After episode 8 of War of the Damned, I was very sensitive.
In one word. Amazing hair.
Amazing hair.
What would mine be? I have no idea.
Dick, yeah. Dick. Yeah, Dick. Just a dick. Great question. Next question. Up front here. Yes, go.
And that pretty much sums up the whole rest of the show. So you don't need to worry.
And this is for Dustin, of course. With all the women in the house of Badiatis, why my wife?
Look, so I hope you're having a great day out from the hospital today, but I do not know who your wife is. So again, I say, I hope you're having a great day out from the hospital. I'm sure someone's picking you up very soon. I do not know who your wife is. Ask Manu Bennett.
Flag and play.
Yes.
Out of the four, you guys did, spoiler alert.
Go ahead. Go in the bathroom.
You all had them together, but why was it for Caesar, for instance, which some of us pervy girls really like that you had before and after showing that you did? Why do you think they never showed you actually?
Front on nude, penis. Is that what you're asking? Oh.
For this thing?
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah, because they showed the rape scene and all that. Why, like Caesar, they never really showed, like, say, you had your scene.
The thrusting.
Yeah.
I actually don't know. That's
because you would have blown up the internet.
Thank you. Yeah, I never thought about it like that. Yeah, no, they don't. No, I'm not sure.
The rape's probably enough.
Yeah.
To be like, oh,
They just saved it for episode 8 with Christian and I, which I'm glad they did because it was a beautiful moment. It was worth waiting for. Yeah, put some different music to it and it changes the whole dynamic. Yeah. Great question. Next. Yes. Right here.
Okay.
With all the writing, because Stephen and I did such an amazing job with the writing.
With all the writing, because Stephen and I did such a great job with the writing. And the lines were amazing. Spoiler alert. Is there a particular line that stands out with each of you? Not that.
Now would be time to run.
Is there a particular line? Now it's time to run, he said.
You have to give me one.
Yeah, that was it. I was actually thinking the same thing.
Now it's time to get the runs.
That was mine.
Be serious, Todd.
No, I just did mine.
You have to do it again.
Go, this is one-time thing. It sounded like it'd be time to run.
That's it. Yeah, right.
I didn't say it. I never said it. Nice try though. If a single life is of no worth, sorry, if a single good. I've been in the show. I was in a single life. If a single life has no meaning, then none are worth. I can't see. It's late. It's Thursday, Sunday. There's. If a single life has no meaning, then none are of worth.
Oh yeah, when you got to yell Caesar, remember when I come around the corner?
No, it wasn't that one.
Wasn't that one?
No.
Okay, alright, you go.
It was definitely. What's my fucking test? What's my fucking
fucking text.
That was not my favorite line.
Maybe I would have your fucking life. I would have your life as I took the fucking goals. Just the way that came out was pretty dope. But I don't know if I think of something else.
I like your emphasis when you do that. I'll just say it.
What I want to point out is that you're wrong. Your favorite line isn't that.
No, it's not. It's supposed to be like,
You overstep your tribute or whatever you say, something about it.
You overstep, Tribune.
Yeah,
You overstep.
that line was like,
Yeah, that was definitely better, Christian.
you know, some of the lines they stick with us for a while. I remember when I was back home for a couple of years. When I'd see my parents, they'd always make fun. And I don't know if you guys would do this after watching the show, but. I'd speak to my parents and they'd say, no, apologies, you mistake intent. And then I'd do something, I'd go, oh, I bought you this, and they'd look at me for like 5 seconds. Like, what the fuck you wanted me?
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
5 more questions. We've got less than 5.
Less than 5 questions.
Yes. Yeah, we have room for one more question.
Okay.
I got one question.
What do you got?
First, you guys did a great job. I'm bummed that the story was over.
Yeah!
Let's talk about Caesar possibly spinoff.
Oh,
Yeah! Caesar process. Yeah.
That's a question. You're doing the Flash now, so you can't.
Unfortunately not. There's not, no. There was a little bit of talk about it potentially afterwards. They hadn't really directly spoken to me about it. I just sort of heard it through the grapevine and then it got released into the press somehow. But yeah, no, they freaking sold off all the costumes. So I was like, okay, well, they'd have to just build everything again. So
Yeah, you guys have got all the props, so we couldn't do it.
just bring them back. Yeah, hand them back in and we'll do it. Hi.
This is a question that you might not know, but I was always interested about the choice of Tiberius's name, since Nasir's Roman name is also Tiberius. And I was just wondering if anybody knew if that was on purpose.
Yeah, well, initially my name was, they gave me a bit of flack for it, but historically, my name was Publius for the first 2 weeks of the show. Or for the period of boot camp, I was the character of Publius, which historically was Crassus' son. But they didn't know. They wanted to do, the lineage of what Publius had done at that age, but then they also wanted to incorporate that rivalry between Caesar, knock off Crixus' head, but they didn't want to tread on the history, so they went, in order to have that creative freedom, why don't we make the fictional character of Tiberius that allows us to do whatever we want? And then I think you noticed in the first episode there was my brother, and his name was Publius, so that historically they were correct, but then they could turn me into the devil, basically, and get away with it. So that's a good question, but it was actually very interesting, and I think it was a smart decision on the writers, because it goes along both parallels. It goes, history and the creative side without having the remark of anything being wrong. Do you know what I mean? Arguably, yeah.
Very good.
We've got time, we've got 1 minute, right? Yeah, 1 minute, let's go.
One really quick question.
1 or 2.
All right, mate.
How many of the lyrics to My Cock Rages On do you remember?
There's only about 3 in it, so you don't have to be a rocket scientist. Next question, we've got time for another one.
Was there any significant injuries on the show?
Oh yeah. Yeah, run through them real quick. Liam, a horse took off and threw a rock into Liam's eye, and we were on the way to set. They're like, Liam's just been hit in the face. He's going to die. He's on the way to hospital. Like coming to set, I was like, holy shit! He got hit in the eye with that thing. Dan. He was always getting hurt. He'd get hurt just.
Dan was hurting other people. Remember he put a shield in someone that stunt guy's head?
Ty.
Ty, yeah.
He like discus a shield into Tyrone's head.
Yeah. Barry got hit in the face. Who Barry played? Luda. I knocked Barry's tooth off twice. That's teeth off twice. Yeah. When he pulled me out to have the fight with Navion, I stood up and the back of my head just knocked his tooth out. Something fell down. I think Manu broke his arm.
Manu broke Barry's rib.
Yeah, I got stabbed. I had my shield here, my chest plate had a gap here, and in episode 3, the sword happened to have just gone right through. I've still got a little scar there. A little scar. Take your shirt off. No. That was.
Manu hurt every one of our stunt members too.
Every single person.
Every single person. Every broke jaws, single broke noses.
Who? I broke Moo's face.
Moo Hammond.
Like I was supposed to quickly at the start of
at the very start of the show, like in season 2, I was supposed to punch a guy in the face in slow motion. I ended up stroking his face because I was not down with punching, and he was offended because his son got. Flash forward to the end of this whole show, and my stunt double gave me a lot of crap for that. And so at the end of the show, I had to do a similar move where I was clotheslining a guy and had to hit him in the shoulder. So I was like, all right, this time I'll do it this time. Boom, squish. It's a weird feeling. Meant to hit him in the shoulder plate. I've hit him in the eyeball, haven't I? And he sneezed at the end of that day, and his whole face exploded. Yeah, you can't buy enough slabs of beer to fix that problem. There's a lot of injuries. It was good times.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, nobody sued. It was good.
What a way to end things. Well, thank you guys so much for coming on.
Thank you.
And thank you guys for coming out. Hope you enjoy the rest of Spartacon.
Thank you guys.